It's a very stable business now for us. Some markets are still in growth mode. Other markets are shrinking or is stable. So it depends on the territory. But from a business perspective, we have really shifted our product focus to the more high end. With 4K, with OLED, so I think going forward from an operating profit perspective, it's going to be a very stable business for us.
You announced a couple of phones here. January could be seen as an odd time to announce phones, but the focus is on cameras. A lot of people might not remember that Sony sensors are in, iPhones, Android phones, et cetera, not just Sony phones.
Correct.
That's been a focus for you.
Correct.
How do you intend to grow your capabilities in that arena, which has been a grower for you?
Well, I think we need to look at it from two perspectives. One is making sure that we stay ahead of the competition in terms of the quality of the image sensors, whether it's high resolution, high dynamic range, obviously reduction in noise, etc. But at the same time, there's a natural growth in the business because of the dual lens cameras, certainly on the cameras that are on the outside, but now we're also seeing dual lens cameras on the inside as well, which means that traditionally we only used to sell one sensor for one phone. Now we can do as many as 4, and that's something that is a growth business for us, regardless of whether there's a growth in the number of the actual phones going out the door.
Now, some people might remember man's second best friend, perhaps, Aibo, is back.
Indeed.
Improved?
Improved. Let me just introduce you to Aibo. There he is.
Now, yeah, the MTV viewers of a generation ago will certainly remember Aibo from the Real World House, I believe. But what's different about this in an era where voice control and interaction with robotics is now the new thing, which you've been working on for quite a while?
Well, this new Aibo is chock full of AI as well as finer robotics. And because this is connected to the cloud, it recognizes each and every one of its users. So it obviously is recognizing your face right now. So you need to smile at it to make sure that he likes you. There you go. See?
If I growl or bark at Aibo, is he going to remember that? And
he will remember. So it depends on how the owners actually interact with the individual Aibo, and how he or she turns out in 5 years' time or even a year's time is going to be quite different. So each and every Aibo will grow to be a different kind of an animal. And because it's connected to the network, it also shares information about its learnings, so that it can become more smarter and more interactive with the users as we go along.
Big use case for image sensors now is in autonomous cars, Internet of Everything, and you're basically the eyes for a lot of these systems. What new demands is that putting on you R&D-wise? What investments are you making to try to push the industry forward for the Teslas and Ubers,
We
et cetera?
always make a huge investment in our image sensing technology, obviously to stay ahead of the competition in the smartphone business, but also because there's a lot of high requirements from the automobile manufacturers and the tier 1 suppliers that we work with, and we want to make sure that we're meeting and exceeding the demands from a technical standpoint as well as environmental issues, so sizable investments in that space, and I think that's proving to really provide us with a lot of tangible relationships that we've been able to forge with automobile manufacturers and tier 1 suppliers.
And finally, you've got an AirPod competitor that you announced here. Are you going to be able to ship those in volume? Because Apple's had trouble.
We'll see, but we pride ourselves in making sure that we have great manufacturing, and so we're pretty confident about our ability to deliver a product into the market.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.